High-quality fresh espresso anywhere? When you're camping, hiking, or traveling, or reveling in a relaxing morning coffee after a colorful night in New Orleans, keeping your gear light and compact is key.
But sometimes you just want the comforts of home, and wherever I am, including here in the camper van, I love starting my day with a hot, fresh espresso.
It's been about 7 years since I first reviewed the original Wacaco Nanopresso, and after years of constant use, mine was on its last legs. So when I went looking for a replacement, I was glad to see Wacaco has updated its device to one that's even smaller, but still able to pull off high-quality road coffee. Meet the Wacaco Minipresso NS2.
In this review, I'm going to try one out for myself. I'll take a look at what's new and improved and different from the original. I'll talk about exactly how you use this device and what it can and can't do. I'll wrap things up with the pros and the cons and let you know if I think this new machine is worth it for you.
Minipresso is a small handheld espresso press. It uses boiling water and hand-pumped pressure to squeeze out a shot of espresso from its compact body, and it weighs less than 300 grams and it's only about 5 inches long. This model I chose uses coffee capsules or Nespresso pods, which means making your morning espresso is going to be even easier because the coffee is already ground, measured, and tamped in a sealed package. Now, if you prefer, you can use your own ground coffee, and there's a different model you can choose instead. Probably worth understanding is that you need to boil the water somehow and pour it into the machine. This device does not heat the water for you.
I'll touch on what's different between the new NS2 machine and my original Nanopresso here. For starters, the Nanopresso was sold as a single shot machine with additional add-on accessories that could allow you to use the Nespresso capsule or to make double shots, and that's how I have mine tricked out here.
Having spent a good many years with my Nanopresso, there are a few significant differences I've noticed right away. For one, the new machine is much smaller than the original. It also appears to be made out of slightly nicer plastic composite, and it has a few higher-end details that make it look a little more rugged and elegant at the same time. The NS2 is also built kind of upside down from the original. In this new model, the water goes in the top, while the coffee capsule is inserted into the bottom, and I'll get into how this works in just a sec.
The original Nanopresso here is still available, but between the NS2 and the Minipresso line, there appears to be multiple options and a lot of improvements.
The Minipresso consists of several parts, which you'll see the first time you unpack it. Opening the top, you'll see there's a small brush for cleaning, and also inside here is a small drip tray, which you can use to stand the espresso maker on once you've pressed your drink. On the bottom is the included espresso cup, which just pops right off, and then you can unscrew the bottom portion, which is actually the filter head or portafilter. This is where you're going to insert your Nespresso capsule. The Minipresso body, which houses the pump, makes up the rest. To use the Minipresso, you'll take everything apart and insert a basic Nespresso capsule into the bottom, narrow end in, then attach the rest of the portafilter. You'll need boiling water, so whether you start some in the microwave or get it from your water cooler hot water tap or put the kettle on, you'll want to get that going. Fill the reservoir on top with that boiling water and then twist the lid back on, and it does seal with a rubber gasket. At this point, you'll twist the pump dial or the piston so that it pops out from the body. This pump will be how you create pressure inside the device. Press the pump, and it's going to take a few squeezes until the pressure builds up enough to pop the capsule. That you'll hear, and then you'll see the espresso start flowing. It usually takes about 20 to 30 presses to extract a full shot. Keep pumping until no more liquid comes out, and that's how you know it's done. So what's the pressure like on the Minipresso NS2, and how's the crema? I was actually really impressed with the espresso and the crema quality on this device. It seems like the machine puts out enough pressure to make a good shot with a decent crema, which is the foam that's formed during espresso extraction. Wacaco says the pumping system reaches 18 bars during the extraction process, which is comparable to what you might expect from commercial espresso machines at your local cafe. Now, I'll note that is the same pressure as the original Nanopresso machine too.
I found I got a pretty good espresso shot using the Minipresso. I've done plenty of reviews of Nespresso machines, and I've become a bit of a convert to them thanks to their quick work and good quality fresh espressos made ultra easy. Now, while getting that ultimate thick and creamy espresso that comes from a professional machine is hard, the manufacturer here actually does a really good job of giving you a very enjoyable and drinkable espresso. Now, if you're not a fan of coffee pods, you could certainly opt for the Minipresso version, which does allow you to use your own ground coffee.
Minipresso is really easy to clean. Take it apart when it's done and use the brush to remove any stray grounds from in and around the portafilter. Depending on how you feel about soap and coffee oil buildup, either rinse it out and let it dry or use a bit of soap to scrub it clean. Wacaco does not say that any of the components are dishwasher safe. Unlike the original Nanopresso, it doesn't appear you can customize this machine so much. If you want to use ground coffee or Keurig pods, you would need to purchase different variations of the Minipresso that are specific for those uses. I also didn't see that there's a way to do a double shot with the NS2, which for me is a small disappointment. Since I do like a double shot, I experimented with simply refilling the water tank after the first shot was extracted. I brought the Minipresso NS2 along with me on a few trips, both camping and business travel, as well as a family birthday trip. This machine is so small it can literally fit into the tiniest bag, and I only needed to toss in a handful of Nespresso capsules to ensure I'm ready to make my coffee. And let's just say that my family found a quick espresso was just the thing after a night on the town in New Orleans. I found that for the most part, getting boiling water is easy enough, either from a hotel coffee machine or kettle, or boiling some on the camp stove. So despite the fact there is no heating element in this machine, it's not really a barrier to its use.
Overall, I feel like this new version is actually a very significant improvement over the original. Not only is it more compact, but the piston action is a lot smoother and easier to operate, and it seems like the water tank lid seals tighter and better. Let's go over the pros and the cons.
On the pro side, I like the smaller size, lighter weight, and increased portability of the Minipresso NS2. Despite its multiple parts and accessories, it fits together easily, and the design is so clever. I love that this machine is specifically built to use Nespresso pods, so I don't need to order extra adapters, and I find the pressure it's able to build up makes a thick, strong shot of espresso, and using pods while traveling is really convenient and mess-free. So what are the downsides? So far, I have to say this may be the perfect travel espresso machine. The only major complaint I would make is that I have to refill the water tank and rerun water through a pod if I do want a double shot. It would be great if there was a double shot tank adapter. And some folks might not love the fact that it won't heat the water for you.
In short, if you love your morning espresso as much as I do and you want a quick and tidy way to enjoy high-quality coffee on the go, the new Wacaco Minipresso NS2 here is your new travel bestie. I can absolutely recommend it for you. The Minipresso NS2 sells for about $60 US or $85 Canadian, and you can get it from the company's website or from Amazon. And the ground coffee version, by the way, costs exactly the same. I get to review plenty of coffee gadgets and tech. You can check out one of my favorite Nespresso machines or see the coffee machine I've had for years and find out why right now.